This is your boy Yannick French getting ready to do an interview about people hate. Let's get into it. Your boy Yannick French. Yeah, it's your boy Yannick French in the video, getting ready to do a discussion in the video about people hate. We're going to talk about why black people hate on each other. We're going to talk about why white people hate on each other. We're going to talk about why Asian people hate on each other. We're going to talk about why Spanish people hate on each other. We're going to talk about why Ethiopians hate on each other. Let's get into it, but I'm going to get into the blacks. The reason why a lot of black people hate on each other is because a lot of us come from Africa, back to slavery, and many of us didn't really have much. We grew up in poverty, and a lot of us grew up in the ghetto where we wasn't making enough money to provide for ourselves and our family and our kids, and we grew up in poor neighborhoods, and back to slavery, we had to work to eat. And you have a lot of people out here bumming people for money, and I look at it like we begging people and using people for food. And when you go ahead and get off your ass and go out here and get a job, many reasons of why us as black people hate each other, because when the next man, whether he's rich or he got a 9-to-5 job, a lot of us hate on each other because we might be in a better position, we might be driving a better car, or we might have a better looking woman, we might have a better house. There's many reasons of why a lot of black men hate on each other, and it all starts from young, back to preschool, kindergarten, all the way out of high school. All of my life I got a lot of hate, and I'm 27 years old now. I've been in a couple of fights and stuff, but later for that shit, I'm a Capricorn anyway, so a lot of Capricorns gonna get hate anyway, because a lot of us, we think we rich and big boys, and we think we the shit, so we gonna get hate regardless. Shout out to my cousin Jamal, that's my homie, that's my cousin. Love you, Jamal. But it's many reasons why black men hate on each other and why black people hate on each other. When a black person go to college and get their degree, a lot of black folks would say they acting white because they're trying to get a good education and live comfortable and provide for themselves and their family and do well for themselves. It's very sad that when a black person does well, the next man want to hate on them. It's very sad when a black woman does well for herself, she's acting white and she's trying not to be black or ghetto. It bothers me, and it really the fucks on my nerves when people tell a black woman she's acting white when she pick up a book and try to educate herself and get a good education. It bothers me when a young black man gets an education and people say that he's trying to act white. That's really some bullshit, because he's trying to better himself, probably do stuff in the community and to help many others around him that doesn't have much going on, or even in his own neighborhood or where he come from. And by working a job and having a job, you're able to help 1,000 people. Each time a person is working a job or employee, you're able to help 1,000 people throughout the whole year or altogether. Each time you don't have a job, you're not going to be able to help out as much people or help people out at all. Each time a person is homeless or sprung out on drugs, most likely they are not able to help out nobody. So that means a person that's retarded, or they have a learning disability, or can't do anything with their life, they are useless to them because they don't have a job and they can't do anything for them. The more a person is employed, they are able to help others that's in need. But if a person is unemployed, they can't help themselves for anybody else. And that was my discussion about black people and black folks and black guys that hate on each other. See, the ones hating on each other, y'all go to hell, y'all ride in hell, eat a dick. All right, let's go to the white folks. To the white people that hate on each other. Well, with white people, they are more educated and on the intellectual level, because a lot of them go to Harvard, a lot of them go to Yale University. You got a lot of white engineers and people that have money. You have like Bill Gates, you have like Steve Jobs. These are guys that were nerds in college universities, and they got teased for being smart, and they wasn't getting a lot of women in school because a lot of these women viewed them as nerds and geeks, and they wouldn't give them any time of the day. But they got deep into the books, and they finished school, they got out here, started making a lot of money, and now they got worth billions of dollars. And with white folks, they get a lot of hate because a lot of them are educated, and some of the white guys, they geeks and nerds, and a lot of the jocks in school that play on sports teams, they hate on them because they wasn't getting much girls, but they are smart as hell, deep into the books, and A students, and they getting hate because they smart and A students, and they go to a lot of the white guys in school, the white geeks and nerds. There's nothing wrong with being a white geek or nerd in school, because it just guarantees you more job opportunities, more opportunity to make more money, and the more money you have, chances are you're gonna be getting any kind of woman you want to get once you graduate from high school. So later, for those guys and jocks that play on the sports team that make fun of you, it's like tell them to eat a dick. Pause. Mario, it's their loss. But later for the ass, they go to hell right in hell. Eat a dick. Pause. You didn't hear that from me though. A lot of white guys that are nerds and geeks get hate because they just ain't students and they don't get in trouble. They never been in jail. They definitely love their mom. They don't really be too much into the woman. They focus on getting a good education, and that's why a lot of them go get a college. A lot of them get a college scholarship for like $100,000 or even more. A lot of them got a bachelor's degree. A lot of them have their master's degree. A lot of them have their doctor's degree. And that's why a lot of them get hate. Salute. I love you guys for being smart, stay in school. There's nothing wrong with that being cool. Remain cool, stay in school. Being dumb, it's not cool. Now let's talk about the white woman, the Caucasian woman. A lot of the Caucasian women get hate in their own community or by their own race too, is because a lot of them, are models or they look very good and, sophisticated looking. A lot of them are 10s and very attractive, and, a lot of guys envy that, or even some girls envy that they look really good. There's nothing that they can do about that. God created them to look that way. Stop hating. It's nothing that they can do. It's not their fault that they look good. I'm talking about Mariah Carey, Britney Spears, Kim Kardashian. It's not their fault that they was made like that. It's just the way that God made them. A lot of reasons why white women also get hate too is because a lot of them dress good and got nice bodies, and a lot of them go to school, get their degree and do what they're supposed to do, and they get a lot of hate by the black woman and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with what y'all doing, white women. Y'all just was gifted by God. Keep y'all head up and stay strong. 2017 is definitely y'all year, and that's part of the reason why white women get hated by many, by their own race, and even by black women. Stay in school, white women. There's nothing wrong with being beautiful. Maintain your beauty, white women and Caucasian women. I love me some Caucasian women and white women. All right, this is the end of talking about Caucasian people. Now let's talk about Spanish people. In the Spanish community, a lot of Spanish people get hate because they come from foreign countries, and a lot of them are discriminated because they speak different languages. They come into the United States of America, they come through tunnels, they sneak through illegally without having a pass, and they get hated on because they don't know how to speak the language, they don't know how to speak English, and they get discriminated because of that, and they get treated unfair. And they compare a lot of Spanish people to blacks because a lot of them are not educated. A lot of Spanish people don't graduate high school, and some of them barely have an 8th grade education. But the good thing about Spanish guys is that a lot of them are builders. They do a lot of home improvement on people's houses, including a lot of black men houses and things like that. A lot of them don't even know how to build for a damn thing. A lot of them don't even know how to do a damn thing. All they want to do is rap and do social media. Salute to the Mexican guys and Spanish guys that know how to do building, home improvement work, cutting a piece of wood, laying a brick, basic stuff like that. You should just need to know. A lot of reasons why Spanish guys get hate because a lot of them are very hard working and they do stuff with their life. They come to America, they come from Puerto Rico, Mexico, and they outshine and overshadow a lot of these black guys that be here selling drugs and not doing a damn thing with their life. The Spanish guys, they don't be thinking they too good to work at McDonald's. They take any job and they build their fucking way up. Salute to the Spanish guys. They do what they're supposed to do, and it's a damn shame that the Spanish guys are actually working hard, knowing they come from Mexico, Puerto Rico, and Spanish all together. Every time I see that, it's like I shake my head. I go to Union Station every day. I see them sweeping the floor to the best of their ability, and I shake my head, and I be saying, man, they better than y'all, man. These Spanish guys are better than a lot of y'all motherfuckers. I see you by the trash can. He better than you. He better than you too. All right, let's get into the Spanish woman. A lot of reason why the Spanish woman get hate is because a lot of them, they're very affectionate. They have nice bodies. They have good hair. They have the Indian hair. They have straight hair. They look very gorgeous and very sexy looking, and at the same time, they're very exotic and know how to speak different languages, and they look very good, and they're very good cooks. You see a lot of them cooking in the Chipotle, and they are definitely good chefs, and having a Spanish woman as your wife, you will be a very lucky man, definitely if you're a black man. And to the Mexican man, they're already blessed and lucky because, man, they have some good women. Spanish women, they know how to cook. Spanish women, they know how to dress. Spanish women, they look good. They got some nice hips. They got good hair, Indian hair. But a lot of them don't really go to college as much because a lot of them pursue trying to be a model and things of that sort of nature. Whether they come from Puerto Rico, Brazil, Mexico, Dominican, and whatever, That's the end of my video. That's the end of talking about Mexican people or Spanish people. Now let's get into Ethiopian people. Ethiopian people get a lot of hate because it relates to Spanish people too, because they speak different languages, and a lot of people can't relate to them because they stutter when they talk and they don't talk proper, and knowing they speak different languages. But they come from Africa, they come to America and still do what they have to do. With the American guys, with the African guys that come over to America and they run their own cab business, and I can salute and respect them for doing that, because they're not trying to be a rapper, they're not trying to be an athlete, they're pushing and trying to do better things and be different and still go out here and start their own business and still do well for themselves. That's a lot of reasons why a lot of African men get a lot of hate, because they stand out for many people and American men. They start their own cab business, they start their own restaurants. Whether Ethiopian man, Nigerian man, a lot of them get hate because of that. And they get turned down by a lot of these African American women, because I remember years ago, it was this African guy trying to talk to these black women on the train. I think they were from DC, and he got shut down and they laughed in his face. I'm gonna say this in the video, middle finger to y'all, fuck y'all. Like Mario say, pause, it's their laws. Fuck them for that, doing that shit to my man. A lot of these African men get a lot of hate by these women because they're different. A lot of American women don't like African men. It is sad. All right, let's get into Ethiopian women. A lot of them get hate by these American men because some of them might not be the best looking, or they're different, and they stumble when they talk, or they don't talk proper. But I'm gonna say this for y'all Ethiopian girls and African girls. Later for what these Americans say. This coming from me personally, a guy from the District of Columbia, Washington D.C., a guy with the name that spelled New York City. Tell them to ride in hell, eat a dick, and fuck all of them motherfuckers. Tell them to kiss your ass. Go to hell, ride in hell. A lot of the reason why these African women get hate because they're very different, and they stand out a lot different than the African American women. And with these African women, they're very hard working, and they work in these restaurants and the Ethiopian restaurants, and they are definitely good chefs. And it would be a very good look for a guy such as myself to have an Ethiopian woman, because it's something different than your ordinary African American woman. They different, they treat you better, they not as ghetto and shit like that. I know an Ethiopian girl, I've known her for 10 years, and I wouldn't mind marrying her. Alright, that's the end of this part about Ethiopian people and African people in general. Now, let's talk about Asian people and why Asian people get hate. Okay, Asian people get hate because they are very hard working. They run the carryouts in the community, definitely the black community. They are known for the egg rolls, the fried chicken, french fries, shrimp fried rice. They get a lot of hate because every time a black person go in there, they talk about, get my food ASAP. I don't got time to wait, I want it right now. And they get hate because they speak different languages. A lot of black people mess with them and say stuff like this. Konnichiwa, I don't know, we speak no English, messing with them and in the different languages that they speak, knowing that they're hard working and they're working in these restaurants and doing something with their life and being productive. They start their own business, running carryouts in the black community and many communities in the ghetto, and knowing that we're in poverty in Washington, D.C., New York City, all over the place in the United States of America. In the 50 states, they do what they're supposed to do. They're very hard working. Definitely, these Asian men, they go out, they get off their ass, they cook, and be in the carryout, do what they're supposed to do. That's what the fuck you're supposed to do. Alright, with these Asian women, I can respect what they're doing. They're very hard working. They do the same thing and work in these carryouts, and they do what they're supposed to do. Compared to these black women, they don't really do nothing with their life. All they do is shake their booty and be on Instagram or YouTube, not doing a damn thing. Salute to your Asian woman doing something with your life, cooking, and then running the carry-out and running the business and carrying it on to your kids and making something out of your life. And a lot of them start working from very young. I heard in Japan, they stay in school up to 14 months, two years longer than American kids in America, and it's a damn shame. Y'all do what y'all supposed to do. And this is the end of this video about why black people get hate, why Caucasian people get hate, why Ethiopians get hate, African people get hate, Spanish people get hate, and Asian people get hate. This is the end of this video of Yannick French. Peace, love you guys. This is going on YouTube. 2017. This is everybody in. This is the end of the video of why all these people get hate. Do better, man. Try better. Do better. Y'all can do it. End of the video. I'm done. Yannick French. Peace. I get tired.